Besides sending the police, you might want to send an ambulance or a hearse.
Hello, Billy Ho here. Uh, Welcome to Billy Ho Sports. This is the preview and pick show for the Genesis Invitational hosted by one Tiger Woods, y'all. Five things before we get started. First thing is hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Billy Ho appreciates that. We're almost 1/4 of the way to 1,000 subscribers, and it only took a year. LOL. But that's all right. It's grinding away, and I'm just letting me do my thing and getting better every week. And more and more people seem to be liking the show. So if I'm helping anybody at all, then that's cool with me. So, but hit that subscribe button first and foremost, and hit the like, smash it, whatever you want to do to it, kick it. Preview article will be out. It's almost ready for your consumption. So check that out for sure. It's totally free. DraftKings contest will be out as soon as pricing comes available on Monday. And the last thing is our Discord. And I said this already. Apologize if you've tried in the past to join my Discord and you weren't able to do so because the link was invalid. Well, the link expires every 7 days. So every 7 days, I'm going to get a new link and put it in the comments and the description. So we'll got that taken care of, right? All right. Genesis, Sega Genesis. 125 player event. It is an invitational event hosted by Tiger Woods. It will be Tiger Woods' first competitive rounds of golf. I think he played in that father-son thing with Charlie. But other than that, don't think he's played since the Open Championship last year or something like that. St. Andrews. First start in a non-major since the 2020 Zozo. So this is 125 player standard cut. And we're going to get into all that in here in just a second and get into the golf course. So let's get it going. All right. The Genesis Invitational is a designated event, $20 million purse. All your best players are there, your Roms, your Rorys, your Schefflers, your Schauffeleys, all those guys. And this will be held at Riviera Country Club, as you see. She's not sexy like Pebble, but she's got teeth. Located in smack in the suburbs of the Palisades in California, Los Angeles, Hollywood, y'all. Riviera 7,300, 22-yard, par 71, long course, narrow fairways, 2-inch Kikuyu rough. Fairways are Kikuyu as well. 7,500 square feet on the greens, POA, fast and firm. The course also features some of the deepest bunkers you'll see on tour. Fairway positioning is key, as approach shots can be blocked by trees, as you can see here. Trees are everywhere. So you can play from the rough. It's not super penal, but you just don't want to be blocked out by these trees. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. And every year, Riviera is one of the hardest golf courses for green and regulation percentage. And the putting is difficult because of the fast and firm greens, and they're kind of undulating. This is hole number one, the handshake par five. I always like to take a look at it the first couple of holes on a golf course. And this flyover is really, really good. It's not great for everybody, but I like it all right. And then you come in here, and you can see how difficult the second shot is to this. Look how deep that bunker is. If you get up close to the edge of that bunker, you're in trouble. And then hole number two is the hard hole, usually the hardest on the course. It's a long par four. So that's one that will probably take some people's lunch money. You can see OB to the left where the driving range is over there, and there's not much room past that cart path. So be careful of that. Deep bunkers once again. And we're going to get into the stats and players and whatnot in here in just a second. Okay. This is the article. It's coming together. I published it, but I haven't posted the link yet. I don't have everything quite ready, but I've got just a few things here on the field. And of course, it's too early to tell for the weather. if the weather cooperates, this tournament can go low. I believe it went 19 under last year with Neiman, who gained a 10,000 strokes on approach and was just so dialed in. It was just unbelievable to watch him play last year. So I don't know if we'll get that again or not, but most of the scores usually land in the low double digits and maybe mid teens. So it could be as low as 10 or 12, or it could be 14 to 16. So, but most of the stats are like so: strokes gained off the tee featuring distance, strokes gained approach, greens gained are going to be huge. Par, of course, par 4 and 5 scoring, especially par 4 scoring, and around the green, the tee to green game. This is a complete test. Sand saves are huge. Like I said, deep bunkers, strokes gained putting, and I think 3-putt avoidance. Lag putting goes along with 3-putt avoidance. Of course, all your scoring stats, I don't even need to mention them. We all know what they are. So basically, strategy is we're looking for the complete big hitters, kind of like last week, but a little bit different. People that have played this course before, position off the tee is huge. It's almost bigger. You could be in the rough and have a better angle than somebody, on the edge of a fairway or in the first cut that's got a tree blocking them. So you just have to keep an eye on that. You have to just limit your mistakes. Like I said, the 3-putting and poor bunker play around the greens would cost you. So I do like course history here because people will know how to play into these fast and firm, tricky green complexes, know how to lag putt, know where to leave the ball, around the greens. Because sometimes below the hole with a straight putt, 5 feet further is better. So, just in those things of that nature is what I like to look for. But this is not together just yet. It's almost a similar story. I've swapped out a few guys in the big dogs range here and I moved Max Homa up, and we'll get to that in a second. So basically, all these guys, I can skim through it and kind of maybe give you a little bit of what they did at Waste Management. Like I said, they have yet to tee off for round 4 when I'm filming this. So Scotty Scheffler's got like a 3-shot lead or so, 2-shot lead over Rahm and a couple other guys. But this course in particular, he also has good history. He improved to a T7 last year, coming right off that win at Wimpo last year. So I don't think it's going to matter what he does, win or lose this golf tournament. He's going to come into Riviera ready to play. So I don't mind him whatsoever. He actually lost strokes off the tee, but has been fire with the approach in his last 2 at Riviera. So I think that his around the green game always gets it done for him. And he's can putt on pretty much any surface. So he's got all the tools, obviously. Rory, I think, struggled a little bit off the tee at Waste Management. He didn't have quite the correct lines and distances that he needed. It seemed like he found fairway bunkers and rough and whatnot. So, not playing there in a long time, it probably had him a little bit off of his game. And he hasn't played in an actual PGA stateside event since last year. So it was probably just kind of maybe just getting his feet wet and whatnot. He should be much better this week. His iron play's been on point. Around the green game's always solid. And I see him gaining 3 to 5 strokes with the driver like he does just about every year here. He's probably the best driver of the golf ball. He might not be the longest, but just the combination of the distance and accuracy, he's second to none. And obviously, Rahm, same way. He's long and straight, gains strokes. You can jot him down for 90 or more DK points on any given week. His around the green game was a little bit suspect, but it's been much better. That's the only thing that I think that let him down, keeping him from winning this tournament or most tournaments, and for that matter. And, just missing a few birdie putts here and there, burning the edge of the cup like he's known to do. Patrick Cantlay is another one. He missed the cut, missed a 14-footer that sent him home early. So maybe he will be ready to go this week. Struggled a little bit on approach recently, and the around the green game hasn't been as sharp. But overall, he's elite in those categories, and he may go under on due to that missed cut. So I don't mind him that much. I'll take a deeper look into him, and when pricing comes out, I'm gonna know a lot more, obviously. So let's put it this way: Xander, strokes gained off the tee, key for him at Riviera. he's gained 3 on approach every year there. So if he could just take that step out of the top 15 and get on to page 1 of the leaderboard, I think off the tee will get it done for him. Adam Scott made this list this year because he has a win back in 2020, and he's kind of a course horse. He fits. He loves this course basically. Plenty long off the tee. He hits all his irons good, but he's really particularly accurate from 50 to 75 yards, landing these inside of 5 feet, which is a very important distance this week because you got layups off par fives. Sometimes you might be out of position and you have to chip out to a makeable distance, and making those pars laying 3 from 50 to 75 yards out is crucial. And Poa is his best putting surface, it seems, but he loves this surface more than any others. He's gained massive amounts of strokes here and better than any other course for him that I know of. So on the opposite part of the spectrum, I moved guys like Colin Morikawa out. I'm not really sure about him, but he did finish second here last year. So if he just flips what he did wrong this week, which was around the green, lost 2, putting, lost 1.6, if he flips that like he did last year at Genesis, he can top 5 again. So he'll be worth a look, and a miscut for him as well this week might affect ownership. Matty Fitzpatrick, the added distance vaulted him all the way from T30 in 21 to T5 in 22. So I like that. I'm gaining almost a full stroke each round last year off the tee. The rest of his game is tailored to excel here. So he's going to be another one. And JT, always in consideration in my book. The elite approach play and the scrambling ability around the green play always keeps him in the mix. He is a big-time problem on the greens. Although he only lost a half a stroke at Waste Management through the first 3 rounds, he just seemed to be missing these several key putts. He had an easily makeable birdie putt on 16 yesterday that would have just vaulted him, and he blew that, and then he blew the birdie on 17 right after that. So he should have shot 63 on Saturday, and he shot like 68 or 67. 4 under, and he was pissed. Let's put it that way. So I think he'll straighten that out, and I think he could be a real threat this week. So he's in the pool initially. Obviously, Max Homa, he's a winner here. Not year before last, 2021, and I can see him competing once again. And he's back in Cali, so you know how comfortable he is in Cali. So I think that he will do well after. And actually, he gained so many strokes when he won Farmers. Then he came right back at Wimpo. He had a good week, but he just didn't have the ball striking. His short game got him there so far. And so I think if he puts that back together, he's a good fit, obviously great fit. He loves these type of courses. Tony Finau was awesome at Wimpo, gaining huge with the approach. So he's going to be right there for me as well. And we got tons of other guys down here. This is the kind of the top 50, and so I did want to look at something real quick. Rick doesn't have his player pool loaded in the cheat sheet yet, so I'm not excited about that. I hope with his travels and working for CBS that he can at least hire somebody to get these guys in here on Saturday so we can have something to look at. But I digress. This is the Holy Grail, though, with Riviera Country Club. And you notice I mentioned the 50 to 75 yards, 7th ranked, pretty high up there. Long approaches, obviously, are there, driving distance. Putting from 20, 25 feet, which is lag putting, basically. So, strokes gained around the green, obviously, distance and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to get that in there real quick before we head on out. And this is something the PGA, if you've noticed on the PGA website, it's got a different look to it. Well, the stats and everything look different as well, and I kind of like it. They've increased. I guess they're embracing all the like Fantasy Nationals and the Rick Run Goods of the world. So they're starting to put more fixed and more in-depth stats out there. So like you got strokes gained, tee to green, off the tee, total driving and ball striking like you used to have, but now you've got driving percentage from 320 plus, driving percentage 260 to 280 measured, and all drives and driving this, driving that, all kinds of different stuff. This is just off the tee. They get into detail on other stuff, but you can see how that goes. And if you pull up the stats on a particular player, you can like Adam Scott, you can see he's first in a lot of these peculiar like distance from edge of fairway. All right. But I like this 50-75. I mean, 3'9". I mean, that's pretty awesome. And inside 100 yards, he's first. Inside of 10 feet, I mean, that's exactly what you need at this golf course. I'm really going to be liking me some Adam Scott this week. I'll probably pay for it, but this is the course he can win at and he can excel at, and he can just tear up some DK points. So I'm digging me some Adam Scott. And I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll have the DraftKings show out on Tuesday. So until the next time, we will see you soon. I appreciate you.